Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BossFM Evening News. Happy Thursday to you all with your host, Jessie.
And your boy, Bryson.
My boy, how you doing today?
You already know, bro. I'm all right, man. Hanging in there. You already know what time it is. Tell me what time it is, Jesse.
It's time to wake up the streets. Let's get it.
Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up.
Bryson, quick question, my man. Have you ever seen the show MasterChef Junior?
Nah, brother. Tell me about it.
All right, so this is actually some tragic news. So in season 6, the former contestant at the age of 11, Ben Watkins, had recently passed away due to cancer. Recently, he had passed away due to a fibrosis tumor in himself that was recently diagnosed shortly after he had turned at the age of 13. The contestant, Ben Watkins, reached as the top 18 during season 6. I actually remember him in the show because MasterChef and MasterChef Junior are some of the cooking shows that I really like to watch. Him and other contestants, a very talented person, also a fan favorite. So Watkins is from Gary, Indiana, who had lost both of his parents in a murder-suicide in 2017, according to. And not only that, but he had recently told the Chicago Tribune that when he grows up, he wants to own a restaurant similar to what his father once had. His family made the announcement that he had passed away last night, and just condolences, thoughts and prayers go out to his entire family. Ben, you were actually a fan favorite. I remember some of your remarks throughout the whole show, and some of your dishes actually turned out really good, my man. You're an inspiration to not only many people on this world, but to those other kids that just want to be a future chef, just like you aspired to be as well.
In more recent news, as of today, the Houston County Police are looking for a 26-year-old Audrey Jordan Barros. State's authorities say that they have found the remains of 3 people on 2 properties in Los Angeles, Colorado, while serving the search warrant. Barros is said to be armed and dangerous, also a danger to the public, as a string of murders have been tied back all to. Los Angeles is a small town located in the Rio Grande in the southern Colorado between the Alamosa to the north and the New Mexico border to the south. On the 10th of November, when deputies discovered the remains on the property, evidence found on the property led them to a second nearby location, and more remains were found, as authorities said. Alamosa Police Chief Ken Anderson finishes off by saying the main goal is to get him off the street, as he is a danger to the streets and the public.
Yeah. Well, one thing that is possibly going to hit the streets now as we move on is going to be a National Latino Museum that has now been set forward as a hearing has been reached for the case in the U.S. Senate. So there is hope that the Senate will take up the House version of the National Museum of American Latino Act. So there is hope for the Senate to take up the House versions of the National Museum of Latino Act and consider its passage as a unanimous consent, which is used for non-controversial legislation. One of the senators, Senator Ben Menendez, said that this museum bill is almost nearly unanimous support by Senate Democrats and 6 co-support Republicans on the table as well. They said that an accomplishment that seems barely achievable in today's partisan climate, it is more likely that it is going to come out to fruition. So the first bill was created by a commission to the study of creating a National Museum of American Latinos. Introduced in 2004, Senator Orrin Hatch, the Republican Utah Senator Menendez noted. He was the first one to introduce this bill, and the estimate cost of the museum is going to be around $700 million, while the federal government will provide funding for the museum as well. They will pay parts of private contributions as well. Menendez said that his bill has a 50-50 cost sharing model for that.
Moving on to a lot of news, we move to Oklahoma. Anthony Louis, a police officer in Oklahoma, survived a nightmare this past weekend. Louis was working a shift at the Seminole Police Department on Friday when another officer responded to a report of a fire at Louis' home in the Seminole. 2 of Louis' sons, ages 7 and 14, were still inside, Winter said. When entering the residence, he had to run through the flame-and-go porch. In the process, he sustained serious burns and smoke inhalation injuries, stated by the Seminole Order of Police Law. Fortunately, his children were not harmed and received no additional injuries to the fact.
Excellent news. The fact that not only did he put his life out there for, endangering himself, but mostly his kids. I would do the same thing. I don't care the burns. My kids come first, hands down, no doubt. I don't have any kids, but I mean, in the future, yeah, doing well. I'll do that. Last but not least, because it is Thursday, it is your favorite Thursday segment. It is Extravagant Thursday.
From swimming in pools to swimming with sharks, the place that I find extraordinary and simple mind-blowing is the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, my boy. There are countless opportunities and even more exquisite food options to be chosen from, as well as delicious drinks to make every hour happy hour, my guy.
Man, that's actually Galapagos Island is one of my bucket list places to go to. But that's in the future. Maybe this next place you guys could come take a trip. Wherever you are, come out to Cali. And since Cali is more famous for Los Angeles, well, why not go to Hollywood? Hollywood is now open to a museum. Not just any museum where you go and see dinosaurs and like old people. No, this is actually a fungo museum. So those fungo, like little bobblehead looking people? Yeah, they actually have a museum. Not no little, little things that come in a case. No, these are they're huge, man. I haven't been there, but I saw it on TikTok and I saw a video of it, and actually I might take a trip out there soon over the weekend where I have the day off, so I might travel there. So if you're into fungos or have a collection, go out to the museum just right across the street on Hollywood Boulevard. It's like a 5-minute walk. Those are great places. Hopefully you guys go out there. I know good and well that I am going to go to Galapagos Island one day to go swim for some sharks. Maybe not some sharks, but I'm definitely going to go to the island. And with that being said, that is it for your Thursday evening news. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. for some more news and updates with BossFM. And do not forget to tune in tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. for some entertainment news with BossFM as well.
If you would like to rewatch our shows, as always, they'll be available for replay on our BossFM app and on all our social media platforms.
And it's your boy Jessie Bryson. Good seeing you, man.
As always, my boy. Be safe out here.
Make the streets up.